Alright, I'm going to do some analysis on EURUSD, and I'm going to do analysis and tell you guys where I think it may be going based on a few different factors. First off, we're starting on the 12-month time frame. First thing I notice is the most recent move is, at least for my strategy, is we have this low here, this high here, we break below this low. So this right here would be my market structure shift. We came down, we created a fair value gap here and a fair value gap there. So we can mark out these fair value gaps. I'll just mark out this one because this is the one it reacted from. So this was our most recent move. Break structure, fair value gap, tapped into it, went lower. And we went lower to this low, which is also sell side liquidity. Now when price tapped this low, what do we notice? That it didn't, this wicked below this low, it did not close below the bodies of this low. But also if I draw out a line, this red candlestick did close below, as well as this low right here was closed below by this red candlestick. Let me zoom in a little bit. But there's no fair value gaps within any of the structure, so I don't really consider any of that anything significant. So I would not be surprised if price went and took this high. That's just a theory, alright? However, there's no current structure to really work on for me based on my strategy on this time frame. So let's drop down to the 6-month time frame. Now one thing you'll notice is there is something similar that we saw. You see price took out this low, it went up, created this high, went down, and this green candle closed above this high. So for me, that is a market structure shift. One thing we also notice is price left a gap here. So we can mark that out. So now on the 6-month time frame, it's showing that price may potentially be bullish. So what I'm thinking in the current price action, remember these are the higher time frames, so these moves could take a long time, is we could potentially be reaching for buy side liquidity up here, and we can draw out the bodies of this high. We'll just make this black because that could be another potential target. Now one thing to keep in mind, if price actually does move away from this fair value gap, where's the first place that it would find resistance at? It would be at this high, right? So this is a key level if price goes higher to see if price wants to reject from this high or maybe continue higher. And another thing we could look at is the 50% of this wick, 50% of it, because that is another potential place that price could find resistance at. So these are my higher time frame levels because this is our most recent structure shift with the fair value gap, so we may potentially be going higher to external liquidity, but these are the two higher time frame areas that could stop price from doing that and shoot price lower. So if we go on the daily time frame, one thing that I notice immediately is these highs. We can see if we were looking at all these highs, that they're forming trend lines. So that's some clear buy side liquidity. So price could, if it does go up, could take out these highs some of these highs at least, and we also have those highs lining up with this higher time frame level. And we have this high up here, which also lines up with the other higher time frame level. So that's something I was looking at. And obviously, if we look at the daily time frame, when it tapped into this gap, we did break market structure here, and we are currently bullish. So that being said, we may go up, possibly from this gap, with this gap. That's a possibility if we do go higher. I'm going to move this up here. Whoops. I'm going to move this up here because that's the highest liquidity point of this. This matches up with this high right here, matches up with this level. This high liquidity was already taken out. So that being said, if we look on a slightly higher time frame, we can see that there's a fair value gap down here, and there's one about to form right here. So just keep that in mind. We could tap those gaps and go higher, or we couldn't go higher at all. We're just trying to potentially predict where price could be going, but it doesn't have to do that. And yeah, that's about it. That's all I got right now. I'm obviously bullish on EURUSD for now until something shows me different. Could move away from these areas or slightly further down. And if we go up, if a low forms here, like kind of like the low that we have forming right now, and a new candle opens and closes below that low, then I'll no longer be bullish. But for now, I'm currently bullish on this. We still have 4 months and 5 days on this 6-month candle, so it's got a lot of price action to continue. So I think that's about it. I just wanted to give a breakdown because I don't think I did many like analysis, like chart breakdowns on this channel. And me personally, I do not trade the higher time frame, not like this at least. But this is what I'm thinking may happen in the future. Remember, it's the higher time frame, so these moves could take a while. And one thing you'll notice too is there's obviously sell side liquidity down here, which is normal. It's normal for buy side and sell side liquidity to be on both sides. So obviously, if price didn't want to go bullish, then I could see it taking out this sell side liquidity. So that's about all I have.